Hello dear fans, friends and subscribers. Today was the second match of the Indian Premier League 2015, and this match was being played between Chennai Super Kings, who they really enjoy the IPL, as you all know, led by a captain who requires absolutely no introduction, MS Dhoni. But today, let me tell you, Delhi Daredevils were taking on the Chennai Super Kings. And Delhi Daredevils, they have been struggling in the IPL. And one was probably looking forward to some real oomph from Delhi Daredevils because they made a lot of changes. Dumini was the new captain of the team. Yuvraj Singh had entered the team. But let me tell you, it was not Yuvraj Singh who made the difference today. But well, this was a score that I thought Delhi Daredevils bowled well. First to restrict Chennai Super Kings to just 150 runs. But then definitely the match was something which was very good to see, because this match went all the way down to the wire to provide immense excitement for all the crowd that was actually gathered there. And what a match we had here and this was a match which was actually played at Chennai at the M.A. Chidambaram Stadium. But definitely the home fans would have had their fingernails, they would be biting their fingernails, because the man who was there was a dangerous customer, and in the previous IPLs he has represented the Chennai Super Kings. So Chennai Super Kings definitely know what he was capable of. But definitely we had a fitting finale, I would say, as far as this match was concerned. And Delhi Daredevils made themselves very proud with this particular outing that they had, their first outing in the IPL. And I thought they did a wonderful job to stress the Chennai Super Kings and almost scared them, as Chennai Super Kings only won this match by just 1 run. What a match. So what I'm going to do, dear fans and subscribers, is that I'm going to rush you down to the excitement. Now this is the excitement. The excitement was at fever pitch. Dwayne Bravo was bowling the final over, and as I said, Chennai Super Kings making 150. They made 150, and 19 runs were required of the final 6 balls. And Morkel, who was actually promoted, one does not know, probably was promoted in the batting order, and he came at 1 drop, and he did a splendid job. And as I said, as long as Morkel was there at the crease, I'm sure that alarm bells would be ringing as far as the Chennai Super Kings fans are concerned, and that was precisely the case. So let's have a look at what happened. So, as I said, Delhi Daredevils chasing 151 runs, 151 runs for victory. The last over, they had lost 8 wickets. Morkel was there in the middle. Hope was there, and he was along with Imran Tahir. And this is what happened in the final over, which, as I said, excitement was at fever pitch at the M.A. Chidambaram Stadium here in Chennai. As the 20th over started, it was Dwayne Bravo was entrusted the task of bowling to Morkel. And Morkel, his brother Morkel yesterday did a fine turn, as you know, took the Man of the Match award, and I would say Morkel almost came to that particular stage. So the Morkel brothers are doing a pretty good job here. And the first delivery that Dwayne Bravo bowled was a very bad ball from Bravo, and it was not expected at all. It was a wide length ball. Morkel went hard at it, and it went into the fence. So that was the first ball. So 4 runs were taken, and the equation now was 15 runs of the next 5 balls. Morkel was on strike. Bravo was the bowler, but this time Morkel, all that he could do is he could get a single, and that really would have made Chennai Super Kings happy. And yes, it was absolutely justified, as in the third delivery, Imran Tahir was a goner, as he actually top-edged, trying to hit a ball from Dwayne Bravo. He top-edged it, and a deep mid-wicket. He was taken by Raina, so he was gone, and once again the pressure was building on the Chennai Super Kings with Morkel on the crease. So now the equation came down with 3 balls remaining. They required another, it was 5 runs taken of the first 2 balls, as you remember. So the equation came down to 14 runs of the next 3 deliveries. And let's see what Morkel did. Now this was going to be pretty interesting, because what had happened was that Imran Tahir when he got out, he actually crossed over, and so Albie Morkel was on strike, and that was the good thing to happen for Chennai Super Kings, as Bravo came bustling in to bowl the fourth delivery to Albie Morkel. Now this was a length delivery, and Morkel, well, what was good about that was Morkel connected that pretty well, as that sailed into over the mid-wicket region for a 6, and once again the pressure now started shifting onto the Chennai Super Kings, as the fifth delivery Bravo was getting prepared to bowl to Morkel. So now the equation had been brought down pretty drastically by Morkel. As I said, 14 runs were required, and then what happened was when Morkel hit that 6, the equation came down to 8 runs. 8 runs of the next 2 balls, so it was just 2 boundaries required, and Albie Morkel was a person who was immensely capable of that. Let's see what happened in the 5th delivery. The 5th delivery, Bravo came in and bowled to Albie Morkel, again a length delivery. In fact, Morkel actually drove that ball over the point region. Now this was very interesting. This was a very good fielding. In fact, Raina actually, one has to really commend Suresh Raina for showing some great anticipation there, because the ball was actually spinning away, and Raina had to adjust himself, and well, Raina did that to a nicety, I would say, as he dived full length and stopped that delivery, and only 2 runs were taken. And now it was from Albie Morkel now, with 2 runs taken, just a 6 was required, 1 scoring stroke of a 6, and that would have settled matters. So let's see what happened as Albie Morkel facing up to Bravo. The excitement here at the M.A. Chidambaram Stadium in Chennai, absolutely at fever pitch, with Dwayne Bravo. Really, I would say he would be under immense pressure here, bowling to Albie Morkel, because Albie Morkel, let me tell you, if he connects, if Bravo stays in line, this ball would sail for a mighty 6. Let's see what happens. In comes Bravo, passing umpire. 6 runs required for Morkel, 5 runs to actually tie the match, yes, it was actually 6 runs to actually win the match, but 5 runs to tie the match. Let's see what happens. Now Bravo came in, bowled to Morkel, and this time what Morkel has done is he has actually a length delivery, and in fact Morkel has driven it hard. It's in the air, it's sailing over the long off region, but one does not know what's happening. Morkel feels that he has already hit a 6. Let's see, let's look out for the umpire signal, and the umpire signal comes in. Oh my goodness, it's all over. Morkel has not hit a 6, he has hit a 4, and we can see the disappointment on Albie Morkel's face. But Morkel played a gallant knock here, but unfortunately he could get only 4 runs, and Mahendra Singh Dhoni had lifted the stumps, and that was all over. But what a match we had in the IPL, absolutely in the initial stages itself, with the match going all the way down to the wire. At the end of over 20, the Delhi Daredevils finishing just 1 run short of the 150 mark, 149 for 9, 6 was required, and Morkel could hit a 4. In fact, Albie Morkel thought that he has actually hit a 6, but then realized that it has gone for a 4. But let me tell you, almost Albie Morkel did it, and what a knock from Albie Morkel, unconquered on 73 of 55 deliveries, 8 4s and 1 6. Let's all have feel for Albie Morkel. He almost took Delhi Daredevils to victory. In fact, the victory was so near yet so far, I would say. But let me tell you, Delhi Daredevils would be pretty happy with this. Albie Morkel coming into the Delhi Daredevils team has really shown why he is in this team. And what a knock from Albie Morkel, coming in as 1 drop, promoted in the batting order, almost delivered the goods here for Delhi Daredevils. And Delhi Daredevils will be very happy, as I said, and that too to stretch Chennai Super Kings. That is something that they would definitely take it. And JP Duminy was the new captain, and a lot of new faces like Yuvraj Singh coming into the Delhi Daredevils team, not doing much of note. But one good thing for Delhi Daredevils would be they put up a very good performance here in the second match, and that would give them confidence going forth in this particular tournament. Well, so now, since I have already taken you to the excitement and really told you what the excitement was all about, whoever actually missed the proceedings there as far as this IPL match was concerned. Now I'm going to just do a brief summary of the score line that happened. So Chennai Super Kings and Delhi Daredevils clashed here at the M.A. Chidambaram Stadium in Chennai, and Delhi Daredevils Dumini, the new captain, won the toss and without any hesitation inserted the Chennai Super Kings into bat. Well, the start was a very, I would say, a flashy start, with Dwayne Smith going after Albie Morkel and hitting him for 3 boundaries in a single over. And then the biggest draw card, the biggest crowd puller of this IPL 2015, Brendan McCullum, hit a boundary of the very first ball he faced of Nathan Coulter-Nile, and in fact he would have been gone of that delivery itself, but Yuvraj Singh unfortunately couldn't clasp on to that chance, and the catch was dropped. And then but the next delivery, the ball followed Yuvraj Singh, as Brendan McCullum once again trying to hit Coulter-Nile, got a top edge, the ball was running away, but Yuvraj Singh at the back of the keeper taking up a very good catch, and Brendan McCullum was gone for 4. Suresh Raina was clean bowled by Nathan Coulter-Nile for 4. He struggled there, and then Dwayne Smith made 34 of 31 balls, 6 fours. He was in spanking form, I would say, because in the sense he was really spanking a lot of boundaries. And in fact, the Delhi Daredevils bowlers were coming back after taking those 2 wickets. And then there was a little partnership that followed between Dwayne Smith, who made 34 of 31 balls and 6 fours, and Duplessis, who made 32 of 24 balls and 3 fours before Dwayne Smith was gone. He was the victim, and this was the time when the spinners were brought into the equation, and I thought both Imran Tahir and Amit Mishra did a fine job there, as Dwayne Smith contributed 34, Duplessis making 32 of 24 balls with 3 fours, Ravindra Jadeja making 17 of 18 balls with 1 4 and 1 6. Dhoni, well, definitely one has to really say that the Delhi Daredevils had probably worked on Dhoni, and they saw to it that they did not give a lot of scoring opportunities for Dhoni, and Dhoni had to work for it. And even though Dhoni in the final, Chennai Super Kings, as I said, were really, I wouldn't say struggled, but definitely some very good bowling from the Delhi Daredevils bowlers. Let's have a look at the bowling figures there. Morkel, 3 overs none for 28. Nathan Coulter-Nile did put up a pretty impressive show there. 4 overs no made and 3 for 30. Dominic Joseph was seen. He bowled 3 overs no made and 1 for 18. Imran Tahir, the spinner, 1 for 27. Amit Mishra, 4 overs no made and 1 for 21. JP Dumini, 2 overs no made and 1 for 15. Dhoni, as I said, couldn't really get off the hold that the Delhi Daredevils bowlers were doing. In fact, the Delhi Daredevils bowlers were really up to the mark as far as Dhoni was concerned, and Dhoni was not getting lot of balls on his scoring area. And even though Dhoni finished off with 30 runs in the final over, those 2 sixes that he hit were actually missed 6, and one of the 6 really will tell you what was the power of the bat, because when Nathan Coulter-Nile was bowling, Dhoni smashed it like a sort of a forehand, with one hand on the bat. He could still send the ball soaring for a 6. So such is the power nowadays of the cricket bats that are around, and that would really tell you if a person can actually spank a 6 with one hand in the bat. That really tells you how powerful the modern cricket bats are. And also miss hits from Dhoni were carrying for 6s. So Dwayne Bravo could contribute only 1. Ashwin was not out on 12. Mohit Sharma not out 2. 150 for 7. But I thought the Delhi Daredevils bowlers did a splendid job here to restrict the Chennai Super Kings, the mighty Chennai Super Kings, to just 150 runs. Now let's have a look at the Delhi Daredevils. The Delhi Daredevils started off their chase of 150 runs, and well, it was not a good start. In fact, it was Ashish Nehra who got twin strikes when he sent both the openers back to the pavilion. He first sent Mayank Agarwal, caught by Dhoni, of the bowling of Nehra, for 15 of 12 balls with 2 fours and 1 6. The next to go was Gautam, the opener. He was caught by Bravo of the bowling of Nehra for 4, and Nehra had actually, as I said, he had done those twin strikes. And then Shreyas Iyer was playing along with Morkel. Now Albie Morkel, that was a real surprise, that Albie Morkel was sent in as 1 drop. So probably one thing that Delhi Daredevils have done and that gamble has really proved a success, because Albie Morkel, normally if you see, he normally comes in only after the middle order is gone. He always comes into the lower middle order, but I thought Delhi Daredevils are trying to make the best use of the resources available, and that really proved gold for them, as Albie Morkel was promoted as one drop, and he really started hitting some good boundaries. But there was the only problem for Albie Morkel was that he was not getting company as the wickets started falling, with Nehra actually claiming Shreyas Iyer's wicket for 7 balls with 1-4. Kedar Jadhav was the only other person to get into double figures, 20 of 20 balls with 2 4s. But as I said, Albie Morkel was definitely smoking the boundaries. But the problem for Delhi Daredevils was that they were losing wickets in a pretty regular fashion. As Yuvraj Singh, playing his first game for Delhi Daredevils, was dismissed by the bowling of Bravo for 9, trying to play a pull shot at a delivery which didn't rose much, and he was gone for 9. Dumini himself was bowled by Pandey for 5. Nathan Coulter-Nile was consumed by Ashwin for 5. Amit Mishra was run out for 4. And then I really took you all to the excitement of the 20th over with 19 runs required. And Albie Morkel was there, and you can see what Albie Morkel did. And I thought that was a masterstroke on the part of the Delhi Daredevils to actually send in Albie Morkel early and use the resources to the maximum. And he almost took Delhi Daredevils to victory. Just spare a thought for Albie Morkel. Not out on 73 of 55 deliveries, 8 4s and 1 6. Dominic Joseph was not out on not. And Delhi Daredevils, with the 6 needed of the last ball, Albie Morkel hit a 4, and they lost the match by just 1 run. What a match we had here at the M.A. Chidambaram Stadium in Chennai. Everybody were, I would say, the Chennai Super Kings fans would have been biting their fingernails there. But eventually, I'm sure it all mattered as Chennai Super Kings won. Now, as far as the bowling figures were concerned, Ashish Nehra was pretty, I would say, bowled a splendid spell. 4 overs, no more than 25 runs and 3 wickets. Mohit Sharma, 4 overs, 1 for 33. Pandey, 4 overs, 1 for 30. Ashwin, 1 for 25. And Bravo was costly, 2 for 36 for him. And Ashish Nehra of Chennai Super Kings took away the Man of the Match award. What a match we had. As I said, it was a total excitement here. As I said, the match went down to the wire. Well, dear fans and subscribers, tomorrow the next match in the Indian Premier League 2015, it's going to be between Rajasthan Royals taking on the runners-up Kings 11 Punjab tomorrow, and that is also going to be a mighty match, no doubt about it. Other than that, well, if at all I have any cricket news, yes, Paul Downton, the English cricket director of cricket, has been sacked, so he's out of the mix, Paul Downton, because England lost the World Cup, as you know. So when he's waiting for the new appointment there, so that is coming up. Then we have Bangladesh taking on Pakistan in the one-day international series, that is also coming up. And other than that, because of this, I mean, there's not any. Once the test matches of one day starts, then IPL, I wouldn't be able to do a full report because I have to incorporate everything. So I'll be talking about the IPL, I'll be talking about one-day internationals, test matches, whatever the case may be. Well, dear fans and subscribers, you guys have been a pretty good bunch of guys enjoying this cricket show. Continue to enjoy that, and I would love to provide you the wholesome entertainment to you on this cricket show, Cricket Happenings. With this, I take leave from you, dear fans, friends, subscribers, for the day, and see you all tomorrow. Thank you.